Accidents happen all the time, but sometimes they lead to incredible discoveries that revolutionize our world. Throughout history, there have been countless examples of accidental discoveries that have changed the course of human civilization. From a Superman comic to an amazing Renaissance painting, here are 20 incredible discoveries made on accident. Number 20. Superman comic. In 1938, Superman made his debut in Action Comics number 1. This comic book is known to be one of the most iconic and valuable publications in the history of the medium. Fast forward to 2019, when an incredible discovery was made. A lucky homeowner accidentally stumbled upon a copy of the rare comic book behind the wall of a house in Minnesota, USA, and it sold for $175,000. In 2013, a family in Minnesota hired a contractor to carry out some renovations on their home. During the work, the contractor discovered a stash of old newspapers and magazines that had been used as insulation behind a wall in the house. Among these publications was a copy of Action Comics number 1, which had been stored in near pristine condition for about 8 decades. The discovery of this comic book stumped comic collectors from all around the world. To put its value into context, a copy of the same comic book in mint condition was previously sold for about $2.16 million. The copy found behind the wall in Minnesota was not quite as pristine as that one, but it was still in remarkable condition, with only minor wear and tear to the cover and pages. Its price was decreased for those reasons, but it was still incredibly valuable. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. Number 19. Old coins under uprooted tree. It's common to discover ancient silver and gold coins in Europe, but that doesn't mean each find isn't unique. One of the most unexpected discoveries was made in Slovakia. A metal detectorist accidentally stumbled upon 500 unique silver coins in a ceramic mug covered by a small stone slab under the original stone floor of the Church of the Rosary of Our Lady of Obispce. According to experts, the coins date back to the 15th and 16th centuries, likely related to the civil war between Ferdinand of Habsburg and John Zapolya, who both aimed for the Hungarian throne. It's believed that the coins were stored in a leather or fabric wrapper, but no traces of the wrapper were found. The coins went out of circulation in the mid-14th century and were likely hidden by their owners during unstable times to protect their finances from enemies and robbers. The discovery of these coins indicates that their owner likely died or forgot about their hidden treasure. These discoveries not only offer a glimpse into the history of Slovakia, but also serve as a reminder of the importance of preserving cultural artifacts for future generations. Number 18. Penicillin. In 1928, a young Scottish scientist named Alexander Fleming made a discovery that would change the course of medical history. While conducting research on bacteria at St. Mary's Hospital in London, he noticed something unusual in one of his petri dishes. A mold had contaminated the dish, killing off the bacteria around it. Intrigued, Fleming conducted further experiments and identified the mold as Penicillium notatum. This accidental discovery of penicillin would revolutionize medicine and save countless lives. Fleming's discovery was not the result of a deliberate experiment, but rather a chance observation. He had left some petri dishes out on his laboratory bench before going on vacation, and when he returned, he noticed that one of the dishes had become contaminated with mold. Curiously, the bacteria surrounding the mold had died, indicating that the mold was producing some kind of substance with antibacterial properties. Fleming immediately set to work trying to isolate and identify the substance responsible for the bacteria's death. He found that it was a type of fungus, which he named Penicillium notatum. Further experiments showed that the fungus produced a substance that was effective against a wide range of bacteria, including some that were resistant to other treatments. The accidental discovery of penicillin also paved the way for the development of other antibiotics, which have saved countless lives. Number 17. Lock of George Washington's hair. George Washington was a remarkable figure in American history, known for his leadership, integrity, and dedication to his country. As the first president of the United States, he played a critical role in shaping the nation's early years and laying the foundation for its future success. It's no wonder that anything connected to him is considered an incredible discovery. For instance, a lock of his hair. The discovery of a lock of George Washington's hair tucked inside an 18th century almanac caused a stir in the historical community. The almanac was discovered at Union College in Schenectady, New York, where it had been stored for over 2 centuries. The lock of hair was hidden inside a compartment in the book's spine and was only recently discovered by a librarian conducting a routine inventory of the college's collection. The lock of hair is believed to have been snipped from Washington's head during his presidency and was likely a gift to a friend or supporter. During the 18th century, it was not uncommon for people to exchange locks of hair as tokens of friendship or affection. Washington himself was known to have given locks of his hair to close friends and family members. So the next time you see a lock of hair suspiciously hidden in a book, you might want to observe it carefully. Who knows? It might be a keepsake from someone incredibly famous. Number 16. The Rosetta Stone. The discovery of the Rosetta Stone is one of the most significant accidental discoveries in history. The stone, which dates back to 196 BC, was discovered in 1799 by French soldiers who were building a fort in the town of Rosetta, Egypt. The Rosetta Stone is a granite slab that measures about 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide. It features the same inscription in 3 different scripts: ancient Greek, Egyptian hieroglyphics, and Demotic script. At the time of its discovery, scholars have been trying to decipher hieroglyphics for centuries, but without success. The Rosetta Stone provided the key to unlocking the secrets of this ancient language. The Rosetta Stone allowed scholars to decode the meaning of Egyptian hieroglyphics. The inscription on the stone is a decree issued by King Ptolemy V in 196 BC, and it's written in 3 scripts: ancient Greek, Egyptian hieroglyphics, and Demotic script. The Greek text was already known to scholars, providing a starting point for deciphering the hieroglyphics. By comparing the Greek text with the hieroglyphics, scholars could identify common words and phrases and gradually build up a vocabulary of hieroglyphic symbols. This breakthrough allowed them to read and understand other inscriptions and documents from ancient Egypt, shedding new light on this fascinating civilization. The accidental discovery of the Rosetta Stone changed the course of history, and it's become one of the most important artifacts of the ancient world. It's now housed in the British Museum in London, where it continues to be studied and admired by scholars and visitors alike. Number 15. Nag Hammadi Library. The discovery of the Nag Hammadi Library is one of the most remarkable and significant accidental discoveries in the history of archaeology. The Nag Hammadi Library is a collection of early Christian writings that were discovered by chance in 1945 in the Egyptian town of Nag Hammadi. The story of the discovery begins with a group of farmers who were digging for fertilizer near the village of Nag Hammadi in Upper Egypt. As they searched, they stumbled upon a large jar that contained several ancient texts written on papyrus. Not realizing the value of their discovery, the farmers sold the texts to a local dealer, who eventually sold them to scholars. The texts, which had been hidden for centuries, turned out to be a collection of early Christian writings that were written between the 2nd and 4th centuries AD. These writings, which were buried for safekeeping, included Gospels, Apocalypses, theological and philosophical treatises, and other texts that have been lost for nearly 1,500 years. Today, the Nag Hammadi Library is one of the most important collections of early Christian writings in existence. The texts are housed in various museums and libraries around the world, where they continue to be studied and analyzed by scholars. Number 14. Terracotta Army. The Terracotta Army remains to be one of the most significant archaeological finds in the world, despite the fact that it's been decades since its accidental discovery. Located near the ancient city of Xi'an in China, the Terracotta Army is a collection of more than 8,000 life-size statues of soldiers, horses, and chariots that were created over 2,000 years ago to protect the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. The story of the discovery of the Terracotta Army began in 1974, when a group of farmers was digging a well in the Shanxi province of China. As they dug deeper into the earth, they stumbled upon a collection of pottery fragments and ancient artifacts. They soon realized they had discovered something significant and contacted the Chinese authorities. Archaeologists were called in to investigate the site, and they soon uncovered one of the most significant archaeological finds in history. Over the course of several years, they unearthed more than 8,000 life-size statues of soldiers, horses, and chariots, each one unique and intricately detailed. The statues were arranged in battle formation, with each soldier facing in a different direction. Not only did this incredible site provide new insight into the ancient history of China, but it also gave researchers a glimpse into the artistic and military techniques used by the ancient Chinese. The Terracotta Army was created using an innovative and sophisticated method that allowed each statue to be produced with incredible detail. Number 13. Billy the Kid Photos. In 2010, a photograph believed to be of the notorious outlaw Billy the Kid was sold at a flea market in Fresno, California for just $2. The buyer, Randy Guajaro, had no idea of the photo's historical significance at the time of purchase. It wasn't until years later, after a team of experts confirmed its authenticity, that the photo was revealed to be one of the most valuable and sought-after images in American history. Billy the Kid, whose real name was William Henry McCarty Jr., was a notorious gunman and outlaw who gained notoriety in the late 1800s for his involvement in a series of robberies and murders in the American Southwest. He was eventually captured and sentenced to death, but his legend lived on in popular culture through books, films, and television shows. The photograph, which was taken in 1878, shows Billy the Kid leaning on a croquet mallet, along with the members of his gang, known as the Regulators, playing croquet in New Mexico in 1878. A different authenticated Billy the Kid photo was previously sold at auction for $2.3 million, making it one of the most expensive photographs ever. Meanwhile, the $2 photo snatched an eye-watering $5 million price tag. The Billy the Kid photo is now a prized possession of a private collector, but it has also become an essential part of American history. The image offers a rare glimpse into the life and times of one of the Wild West's most legendary figures. It serves as a reminder of the power of chance discoveries and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. Number 12. Jackson Pollock Painting. If you've been putting off decluttering your attic for the past few years, this discovery might compel you to finally clear it out. In 2014, a 400-year-old painting by Italian artist Michelangelo Merisi di Caravaggio was discovered in an attic in France. This discovery was significant not only because of the painting's age, but also because Caravaggio is considered one of the most influential artists of the Baroque period. The painting depicts Judith in Holofernes, depicting the biblical story of Judith beheading the Assyrian general Holofernes. Caravaggio was known for his dramatic use of light and shadow, as well as his realistic depictions of human emotion. Judith in Holofernes is no exception, as the painting portrays the brutal act of beheading. The discovery of the painting in a French attic was a stroke of luck. The owners of the house had called in auctioneer Marc Labarba to evaluate some other old items in their attic, and he stumbled upon the painting. Labarba immediately recognized the style and quality of the painting and contacted art experts to authenticate it. After extensive analysis, the painting was confirmed to be an original Caravaggio. The painting's discovery caused quite a stir in the art world, as Caravaggio's works are highly sought after and rarely come up for sale. The piece was eventually sold in a mysterious private sale. The exact price tag wasn't revealed, but it was estimated that the painting fetched up to $171 million. It's remarkable to think that a 400-year-old masterpiece was hidden away in an attic, waiting to be discovered. The painting's journey from obscurity to the auction block is a testament to the value of art and the power it holds to inspire and captivate people across generations. Who knows? A valuable piece might also be hiding in your attic. Number 11. The Lascaux Cave Paintings. The Lascaux Cave Paintings, located in southwestern France, are considered some of the most important and well-preserved examples of prehistoric art in the world. The discovery of these ancient paintings was a fortunate accident, as a group of teenagers in 1940 stumbled upon them. In September of that year, a group of young boys was out exploring the countryside near the town of Montignac. They stumbled upon a small hole in the ground and decided to investigate. Crawling through the narrow passage, they emerged into a large underground chamber adorned with incredible paintings of animals and abstract symbols. The boys were stunned by what they had found and quickly informed their teacher, who then alerted the authorities. The discovery of the Lascaux cave painting caused quite a commotion in the scientific and artistic communities. These ancient works were remarkably well preserved and provided a glimpse into the world of prehistoric humans. The paintings in Lascaux are over 17,000 years old and were likely created by the Upper Paleolithic humans who inhabited the area. The paintings depict a variety of animals, including horses, deer, bison, and even some extinct species such as aurochs. The artist used various techniques to create the paintings, including blowing pigments onto the walls through reeds, using their fingers to apply paint, and even carving into the stone to create three-dimensional effects. The discovery of the Lascaux cave paintings was significant for many reasons. It provided valuable insight into the lives and beliefs of prehistoric humans, as well as their artistic abilities. The paintings also served as a source of inspiration for modern artists, including Pablo Picasso, who visited the cave in 1940 and was struck by the beauty and complexity of the ancient works. However, the discovery of the Lascaux cave paintings also brought challenges. The influx of visitors to the state led to the deterioration of the cave's fragile ecosystem and threatened the preservation of the paintings. In 1963, the French government closed the cave to the public, but not before creating a replica of the cave that tourists can still visit today. Number 10. The Staffordshire Hoard. The Staffordshire Hoard is a collection of Anglo-Saxon artifacts that were discovered in 2009 by metal detectorist Terry Herbert in a field near the village of Hammerwich in the county of Staffordshire, England. The hoard is considered to be one of the most significant archaeological finds in British history. The hoard consists of over 3,500 items, including sword fittings, helmet fragments, jewelry, and other decorative objects, many of which are made of gold and silver. The items are believed to date from the 7th century when the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms of Mercia and Northumbria were engaged in a power struggle. The discovery of the hoard was significant, not only for the quantity and quality of the items, but also because of the insight it provided into Anglo-Saxon art, culture, and military history. The intricate designs and patterns on the objects suggest that the Anglo-Saxons had a highly developed artistic tradition, and the presence of war gear and weaponry in the hoard indicates that they were a society that valued martial prowess. After the discovery, the hoard was carefully excavated and catalogued. The Birmingham Museums Trust and the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery in Stoke-on-Trent subsequently acquired it. The museums have since put the hoard on display, both in the UK and internationally, and it's become a major tourist attraction. Number 9. England's worst money. Earlier this year, a metal detectorist was thought to have been visited by Lady Luck when he stumbled upon a pile of coins. He stumbled upon a hoard of 570 pieces, which were all coincidentally dubbed as England's worst ever money, a title that was taken from a hoard of similar coins discovered in Lincolnshire in 1807. The coins were made 865 years ago, between 1158 and 1180, during the Plantagenet period. These coins were known for being some of the worst coins ever produced in all of Europe. They were poorly made and they were incredibly difficult to read. Despite its horrendous title, one piece was estimated to sell at around £350, and the entire hoard could be worth up to a staggering £200,000. Needless to say, the metal detectorist who accidentally unearthed the hoard was incredibly stoked by what he found. Number 8. Declaration of Independence behind a painting. In 1989, a financial analyst from Philadelphia stumbled upon a painting at a flea market in Adamstown, Pennsylvania. The painting, which depicted a landscape, was purchased for a meager $4, mainly because the buyer was fond of the frame. I know, not even the painting itself. Little did he know something more valuable lurked behind the painting he bought. Upon examining the painting, the buyer noticed a tear in the canvas and attempted to detach the frame from the painting. However, the frame was weaker than he thought. It broke apart, and it was then that the buyer found a folded document between the canvas and the wood backing. The document turned out to be an original Dunlap broadside, which was one of the 500 official copies of the Declaration of Independence's first printing in 1776. Before this discovery, only 23 similar copies were known to exist, with just 2 privately owned. After having the document appraised, the buyer learned of its rarity and value with the help of a friend who collected Civil War memorabilia. As the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Who knew a $4 item would become a priceless investment? If the piece were to be sold today, it could easily fetch between $800,000 to $1.2 million. Number 7. Hidden Norman Rockwell painting. Norman Rockwell was an American artist known for his heartwarming and often humorous illustrations that graced the covers of the Saturday Evening Post for several decades. In 2013, a discovery was made that stunned the art world. A lost Norman Rockwell painting was found behind a fake wall in illustrator Donald Tracty Sr.'s home. The painting, titled Breaking Home Ties, was one of Rockwell's most iconic works, depicting a young gentleman leaving home for the first time, sitting with his father and their family dog. The discovery of the painting was significant not only for the value of the artwork itself, but also for what it revealed about Rockwell's creative process. The discovery of the painting is also a reminder of the power and everlasting appeal of Rockwell's work, which continues to capture viewers' imagination today. It's a testament to the importance of preserving and protecting our artistic heritage, and to the ongoing efforts of art historians and enthusiasts to uncover lost treasures and bring them back into the public eye. The piece was later displayed at the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge, along with other pieces. Number 6. Original Mark Twain script. In 1990, a discovery was made that rocked the literary world. The original manuscript of Mark Twain's classic novel, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, was found in an attic in Los Angeles. The manuscript was missing for over a century. Its rediscovery provided scholars and readers with a new understanding of Twain's creative process and the development of one of America's most beloved literary works. The story of the discovery of the manuscript is a fascinating one. The manuscript had been in possession of the family of James Gluck, a prominent San Francisco book collector who had acquired it in the late 19th century. After Gluck's death, the manuscript was passed down to his heirs, but it eventually fell out of sight and was forgotten. In the late 1980s, a woman inherited a house in Los Angeles from her aunt. While cleaning out the attic, she came across a trunk that contained the manuscript, along with other valuable documents and artifacts. Luckily, she immediately recognized the manuscript's importance and contacted a rare books expert, who confirmed its authenticity. The discovery of the original manuscript of The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was a significant moment in the history of American literature. The manuscript contained several differences from the published version of the book, including changes in plot, character development, and language. These changes provided insight into the famous writer's creative process and how the published manuscript deviated from the draft. Number 5. Hand-shaped 60-pound gold nugget. The discovery of the Hand of Fate gold nugget is an intriguing story that has captivated the imagination of many throughout the years. This 61-pound gold behemoth was unearthed in 1980 by a group of gold miners in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California. The discovery of the Hand of Fate nugget not only made headlines around the world, but also sparked a modern-day gold rush in the nation. The massive gold nugget was discovered by a group of gold miners led by James F. Brown. The group was mining in the Sierra Nevada mountains for several years and had been searching for the elusive mother lode, a term used to describe a rich deposit of gold. The group had been digging in a riverbed when they noticed a large rock that was much heavier than the others they had come across. As they began to break the rock apart, they realized that they had found something special. The incredible gold piece is named after its unique shape, which resembles a human hand. Its dimensions are 18.5 by 7.9 by 3.5 inches, making it one of the largest gold nuggets found using a metal detector. The nugget is estimated to contain around 80% to 90% pure gold and is valued at over $1.5 million. The Hand of Fate nugget is one of the largest gold nuggets ever found in California and is considered a rare find in the world of gold mining. The discovery of the Hand of Fate nugget was significant, not only because of its size, but also because it sparked a modern-day gold rush in the Sierra Nevada mountains. News of the discovery spread quickly, and soon, hundreds of gold miners descended upon the region in search of their fortune. The rush of prospectors led to a resurgence in gold mining in the area and revitalized the local economy. The Hand of Fate nugget also holds significant historical value. It's a reminder of the California gold rush of the mid-1800s, which drew thousands of people to the region in search of gold. The discovery of the nugget shows that despite nearly 150 years of gold mining in the Sierra Nevada mountains, there's still plenty of gold to be found. The Hand of Fate was eventually sold to the Golden Nugget Casino in Las Vegas in 1981, where it's still on permanent display to this day. It's one of the top tourist attractions in the area and draws thousands of visitors each year. The nugget symbolizes the rich history and natural beauty of the Sierra Nevada mountains and is a testament to the enduring allure of gold mining. Number 4. Anesthesia. Have you ever undergone a major surgery or operation before? Well, that procedure was made easy by anesthesia. We're lucky enough to feel no pain during surgery, but before its discovery, people went through a lot of pain during medical procedures. Anesthesia was an essential invention in the history of medicine, and it was an accidental discovery that changed the course of surgery. In the early 19th century, surgery was a painful and often dangerous procedure, with patients constantly screaming in agony during the operation. The patients weren't the only ones who suffered either. The surgeons often had extreme anxiety before a procedure. One surgeon working in a hospital at the turn of the 19th century described walking into an operating room as the same as going to a hanging. Surgeons were often known to cry or vomit after a complicated surgery. However, the accidental discovery of anesthesia made it possible to perform surgeries with minimal pain and risk to the patient. The discovery of anesthesia is attributed to a dentist named William Morton, who sought a better way to alleviate the pain associated with dental surgery. Morton was experimenting with various substances, including opium and alcohol, but he was unsatisfied with the results. He then turned to ether, which had been used as a recreational drug for many years. On September 30, 1846, Morton was scheduled to perform a dental extraction on a patient named Evan Frost. Instead of using opium or alcohol, Morton decided to use ether to numb the pain. To his surprise, the patient felt no pain during the procedure and could walk out of the dental office unassisted. Morton's discovery of anesthesia quickly spread throughout the medical community, revolutionizing the practice of surgery. Surgeons were now able to perform complex surgeries with minimal pain and without the need for physical restraint. The accidental discovery of anesthesia had a profound impact on medicine, and it remains one of the most important discoveries in the history of science. Number 3. Chewing gum. Chewing gum is a popular confectionery item that has been enjoyed for centuries. But did you know that its creation was a complete accident? In the late 1840s, a man named John Curtis worked as a photographer in Maine, USA. He had a habit of using a type of resin called spruce gum to clean his teeth, as it had a pleasant flavor and helped remove debris from his teeth. One day, Curtis accidentally mixed the spruce gum with powdered sugar, creating a sticky and chewy substance that could be shaped and flavored. He called his creation State of Maine Pure Spruce Gum and began selling it as a confectionery item. While Curtis spruce gum was initially popular, it wasn't until a few decades later that chewing gum really took off as a commercial product. In the 1860s, a man named Thomas Adams began experimenting with chicle, a natural latex harvested from the sapodilla tree as a substitute for rubber. He was unsuccessful in his attempts to create a useful rubber substitute, but he found that chicle made an excellent chewing gum base. Adams began producing flavored chicle-based gum in the 1870s, and it quickly became a popular product. Other manufacturers followed suit, and chewing gum became a ubiquitous item in candy stores and vending machines around the world. Today, chewing gum is enjoyed by millions of people worldwide, and it comes in a variety of flavors, shapes, and sizes. While its accidental discovery may have been a stroke of luck, chewing gum has become a staple in modern culture and a beloved treat for many. Number 2. An entire city behind the wall. The hidden city of Derinkuyu is a remarkable underground city located in the Cappadocia region of Turkey. This ancient city is one of the largest and most impressive underground settlements in the world, and it's fascinated archaeologists and historians for decades. The hidden city of Derinkuyu was first discovered in the late 19th century by a local man who stumbled upon a hidden entrance while renovating his home. He never expected that behind a wall in his home was an archaeological wonder. Over the years, archaeologists and historians have uncovered more than 18 levels of this underground city, which could have accommodated up to 20,000 people at one time. The city was likely built during the Byzantine period, between the 5th and 10th centuries AD, as a way for Christians to hide from persecution. The underground tunnels and rooms were used as a refuge for Christians during times of war and persecution. The city was also used as a storage facility for crops and livestock during times of famine, and as a sanctuary for religious artifacts and documents. One of the most impressive features of the hidden city of Derinkuyu is its sophisticated engineering. The city is carved out of soft volcanic rock, and the builders used a combination of pickaxes and chisels to create intricate passageways, rooms, and staircases. The city was also designed to be completely self-sufficient, with ventilation shafts that allowed fresh air to circulate, and wells and water channels that provided a steady supply of water. The hidden city of Derinkuyu also had spiritual significance for those who lived there. The city contained several underground chapels and churches, with beautiful frescoes and carvings that depict scenes from the Bible. The city also contains a massive communal kitchen where residents would cook and eat together. Despite its impressive size and engineering, the hidden city of Derinkuyu was eventually abandoned and forgotten. It wasn't until the late 20th century that the city was rediscovered and opened up to tourists. Today, visitors can explore the underground tunnels and rooms and marvel at the ingenuity of the builders who created this remarkable city. Number 1. Renaissance painting. In 2019, a Renaissance painting was discovered in a kitchen in France and sold for more than 24 million euros at auction. The painting, titled Christ Mocked, was created by the Italian Renaissance master Cimabue, who lived from 1240 to 1302. The same family had owned the painting for over 100 years, and it was hung in the family's kitchen for decades. It was only after an auctioneer came to the family's home to evaluate some other items that they realized the true value of the painting. The discovery of the painting caused a stir in the art world, as Cimabue is one of the most important painters of the early Renaissance, and his work is extremely rare. In fact, only a handful of his paintings are known to exist, with most of them being held in major museums around the world. Christ Mocked is a miniature painting, measuring only 20 by 26 centimeters, but it's incredibly detailed and depicts the suffering of Christ at the hands of Roman soldiers. The painting was created using the tempera technique, which involves mixing pigments with egg yolk to create durable and long-lasting paint. The painting was eventually sold at auction in October 2019, with a final price of over 24 million euros. The buyer was not disclosed, but it's believed to be an international collector or museum. The discovery and sale of Christ Mocked highlight the lasting appeal of Renaissance art and the importance of preserving and valuing cultural artifacts. It also shows that valuable artworks can sometimes be found in unexpected places, such as a kitchen in rural France. Which of these discoveries impressed you the most? Let me know about it in the comments down below. Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.